Welcome to Investigrow. In today's episode, we're going to dive into the concept of resilience, how to bounce back stronger from failure, and why failure isn't the end of the road, but rather an opportunity for growth. Failure is something that everyone faces at some point in life. It could be in your career, relationships, or even personal projects. We've all had that moment when things didn't go as planned, and it's easy to feel discouraged. But here's the thing. Failure is not the enemy. In fact, it's a natural part of the process towards success. The real challenge lies in how we respond to failure. And that's where resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks and adapt to difficult situations. It's the mental and emotional strength that allows you to keep going when things get tough. It's not about avoiding failure, but rather about facing it head-on and learning from it. Resilience means not staying down when you fall, but getting up stronger each time. Let's take a moment to think about how failure has played a role in some of the most successful people's journeys. Thomas Edison, for example, failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He didn't see these failures as reasons to give up. Instead, he saw them as steps toward a solution. When he was asked about his many failed attempts, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His resilience allowed him to keep going, and that's why he succeeded. So, how can we cultivate this kind of resilience in our own lives? It starts with changing the way we view failure and developing habits that strengthen our ability to bounce back. Here are a few strategies to help you build resilience. 1. Embrace a growth mindset. One of the most important aspects of resilience is having a growth mindset. This means believing that abilities and intelligence can be developed over time with effort and learning. Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, view it as an opportunity to grow. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? This mindset shift will change the way you approach challenges and setbacks. 2. Focus on the bigger picture. It's easy to get caught up in the disappointment of failure, but remember that failure is just a small part of your journey. It's not the end of the story, just a chapter. Think about your long-term goals and keep them in perspective. Every setback is a chance to reassess, adjust, and move forward with more experience. 3. Take small, consistent steps. Resilience is not about bouncing back immediately with huge leaps. It's about taking small, consistent steps forward. Each step, no matter how small, gets you closer to your goal. Focus on making incremental progress, even if it feels slow. Over time, these small actions will accumulate, and you'll see significant results. 4. Stay connected to your support system. You don't have to go through tough times alone. Having a support system is crucial for building resilience. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who encourage you to keep going when things get difficult. Whether it's friends, family, or colleagues, having a network of people who believe in you can make a world of difference. 5. Practice self-compassion. We're often our own harshest critics, especially when we fail. But practicing self-compassion is essential for resilience. Be kind to yourself, just as you would be to a friend who is struggling. Acknowledge that failure is a part of the learning process and doesn't define your worth. By being compassionate with yourself, you can move forward with a clearer mind and renewed energy. 6. Reflect and reframe. After experiencing failure, it's important to take some time to reflect. What went wrong? What can you learn from the experience? But don't stop there, reframe the situation. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, focus on what you can do differently next time. This shift in perspective will help you find solutions rather than get stuck in the problem. Resilience is not something that happens overnight. It's a skill that requires time, practice, and patience. It's about learning how to bounce back, adapt, and keep pushing forward even when things don't go as planned. Remember, failure is just a part of the journey, not the end. And with each failure, you grow stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next challenge. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Investigrow. If you enjoyed today's discussion, be sure to subscribe and share this episode with someone who might need a little boost of resilience. Until next time, keep growing and stay resilient.